Hi, everyone. Today, I'm going to be talking about how having low self worth can block you from having a healthy, loving, and prosperous relationship. Now, there is a lot of talk about self love and self worth. And the first thing to understand is that we are not saying for people to be vain or to have a big ego or to believe that they are better than anyone else. The reason there's so much talk about self-love and self-worth because there has been so many people for a long time that believe they are not good enough, believe that they have to do to be accepted and to be loved. They believe they have to give. They compromise their boundaries for validation, approval, acceptance from everyone else. And so, what the self love, self worth movement is about is helping people to understand that you can do that for yourself. You can love yourself and you can learn to value yourself so that you don't need others to do it. Now, a little about me is that I was raised in a deeply religious Pentecostal faith Christian church from birth up until I was about 7 years old when my parents split for a little bit, but they're still together. But anyway, in the Pentecostal church, the women wore like long dresses down to their ankles, so no pants. There was no fingernail polish, no makeup, no open toe shoes. The dress was very conservative. The manner in which we were to behave was very conservative. That's what I picked up. The women were to be submissive and meek and mild. And then during that time as children, we were raised to sit still for long periods of time in church. I mean, we was in church a lot. It's not like a Sunday and a Wednesday thing. We were in church, okay? And so, but as children, we had to learn to sit still and be quiet and to really just speak when spoken to. And whether you believe that's a good or bad parenting style is not the point. But for me, I believe it helped me to develop low self-worth. I did not use my voice for many years. I didn't believe what I had to say was all that important. I didn't really feel that what I wanted was important, that my opinion mattered. And so I grew up until I was in my late 30s, and I raised my children with the belief that, I put them first. I did it a little different. And so it wasn't until my children began to get older and I began to discover who I was, and that was after going through a transition in my own life that I began to discover who I was, what I wanted, what I liked. I had no clue prior to that. And I'm talking my late 30s when I went through that transition. But what I want to share with you is that during that time, when I did begin to learn who I am, what I want, I started to spend time alone in solitude. That is a big piece of my healing. I began to sit with pen and paper, and I would have emotions that I dealt with on a regular basis that I didn't really know why I was feeling a certain way. And so when I would sit alone in solitude, I would ask the questions, what is this inside of me? Like, what am I feeling? Why do I feel this way? And I began to discover that there were things that happened in my past that I thought were okay at the time because I really had no choice. I was a child. But now I realize we're not okay. And so I journaled about different events and different feelings and emotions pretty much daily. And if I did get emotional, I would allow that to come up. So I would allow myself to cry if I needed to cry. And sometimes it was very difficult. And I'll tell you, it's not all gone. Healing is almost like peeling an onion. You take care of the outer layer and then there's more below it. So we are all on a journey of healing, and I don't know if it ever stops. But the point is, spend time alone. and figure out what you have going on inside of you. If you feel like you are less than everyone else, or that you are not good enough, or you need to do in order to be accepted, to be validated, and things like that, it's time for you to heal some things. There may be some feelings that are suppressed inside of you. So sit down by yourself. Do not be afraid to face yourself. It's better to go through it than to keep going around it, and it will stay with you and keep showing up. So spend time alone as much as you can. What happens when you spend time alone is you kind of separate from all the distractions in the world, between social media and TV and just friends and different things that are going on. Sometimes we don't have time to heal and reflect on what we are doing and how our life is going. But it's really important that you spend time reflecting and healing and growing consistently. So I would encourage you to spend time alone, clean out any old wounds. Know that if things come up for you from the past, it's not about going back or being resentful or angry. Has nothing to do with that. You want to heal for you. You want to get those suppressed feelings out of your body, out of your system, and let them go and put them behind you. So much so that when you can talk about an event and it doesn't pain you, then you know you've healed it. Now, if there's something that is in you that if you speak of it, it's still really emotional, it's tender, those are the things that you want to heal. And those are the things you want to express and get out of your body. So along with spending time alone and journaling and writing, you can talk to someone. Talk to someone that is neutral, someone that is safe, that you feel comfortable with. Could be a therapist, a counselor, a coach. If you have a friend that you trust and that you feel safe with, when you talk about a certain event, you will feel the energy from it come out of you. And if you do feel that, know that each time you say what you need to say, the burden just gets lighter. So continue in your journey, find someone safe to speak to if you need to, and you can also just journal. Spend time with yourself. Doesn't cost any money. Get some paper, get some pen, and journal. But really just recognize that self-love and self-worth is, now that you are an adult, it's for you to do for yourself. When you were younger, yes, you may have needed your parents or your caregivers, your siblings, whoever was around you, and maybe they did a wonderful job, or maybe they did not do such a wonderful job for whatever reason. But if you made it into adulthood, it is now time for you to take over, for you to love on yourself, approve on yourself, tell yourself the things that you needed to hear when you were younger. Look yourself in the eye when you go in the bathroom, look in the mirror and tell yourself sweet things, the things that you needed to hear. You have to begin to do that for you now. And what will happen is, over time, you will fill yourself up with love. You will begin to love and value yourself and see the value in yourself. And it is then that others will begin to see it in you. So you don't have to do things for others to get them to accept you and approve you. Once you approve of yourself and clean out that stuff, you accept yourself, validate, you show up centered and grounded in who you are, other people will feel that. They will feel your energy change and they will be attracted to you. And you also will connect with people who've done the healing that you have done. So you may find yourself meeting a different type of person. If you've always met people who were not healed or not capable of loving you the way you need to be loved, then there's a good chance that after you heal and you validate and you love and you approve of yourself, you will meet others that have the same energy as you. So I know I've said a lot today, and I hope this message has touched you or helped you in some way. If it has, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this message. If you have a question for me, you can email me at coachapriljay44@gmail.com, or you can write a comment in the comment section. You can write a question in the comment section below. As always, my wish for you is more love, more joy, more peace, more laughter, and more fun. I will see you next time.